This video focuses on a single white object, so you can hopefully get an idea of what I'm dealing with up close when rendering an object with white charcoal pencil. As always, it's really helpful to start with a strong foundation drawing. Do your measuring. If you have ellipses, make sure you're traveling them. You will then draw in your shadow shapes and fill those shapes in using willow charcoal. Ask yourself where your darkest dark is. Here I'm doing just that. I've determined the darkest dark for me is right at the bottom base of the elephant, and you see me developing that with a strong dark charcoal pencil. And I'm also asking myself where my lightest light is, and that's where I'm applying the white pencil at the base of or the top of the elephant's head. It's important to not neglect the background. So you see very early on in the process of drawing, I start to consider the background value. You will see that I'm using a pencil sometimes to outline. That's going to be my hard pencil. In this video, I'm also experimenting a bit with different blending tools. So in this video, you'll see me use a sponge-like object. That's that blue thing. And I'm just experimenting, trying things out. Yes, you have your blending tool. Of course, you can use your blending tool. But sometimes it's fun to try different things out. See what kind of texture you can get if you use other objects to blend with it you might have at your disposal. For me, that was that sponge-like blending tool. You'll also see in this video that I will occasionally use brushes. The brushes that you'll see me use are a hog's hair bristle brush. That's a more coarser haired brush. As I'm drawing, I'm actively looking for the elements of light. So what this means is right at the edge of the light mass and shadow mass, I'm thinking about the core shadow, a moment that gets a little bit darker right at the transition from light mass and shadow mass. So you'll see me develop or apply a darker layer of charcoal there, and then I will strategically and carefully blend that shape so it's prominent, but the edges are a little blurred or fuzzy. That's really key, to blur out those shapes. And it's not enough to get the right value in. You must really think about the shape. So what's key is to ask yourself, okay, what value is it that I'm seeing? What shape is it that I'm seeing? And really do your best to imitate the shape and value that you're perceiving. While I have you here, I just want to remind you to really do your best to keep the blending tools that you use for your white and your black separate. So you should have a separate blending tool for your white pencil that you use exclusively for your white pencil. And you can have other blending tools that you use for the black. We don't want to contaminate the white with smudges of black. It's going to turn a blue-like hue if you do that. So avoid mixing the two white charcoals and black charcoals together, because it will make for a blue hazy color that will be kind of difficult to control for most people. When you see me working with the white in this video, you'll notice that I work in layers. That's really important. Remember that when we're drawing in this technique, we never or rarely do we put something down and leave it alone. Most often we put something down, we blend it, and then we continue to build on top. We put something down, we blend it, and then we continue to build the lighter moments. Remember that where you use the white pencil is important. You only want to apply the white pencil in the light mass for values that are lighter than the value of the paper. You don't want to add white to your reflective light or shadow mass. On this particular drawing of the elephant, notice that primarily the shadows exist on the right side of the form. Notice how I do not put white pencil in the right side of the elephant's body, its face. So predominantly all the white is going to hit the left side of the body. The exception to that, of course, would be like an area like the ear, where you have a cast shadow on the left side. But just ask yourself the question, how is the light affecting the object? What area is being hit by the light most directly? Is this region in light? If it is, you can add white pencil. If it's not part of the light mass, please do not add white pencil to that. Instead, use your kneaded eraser to make things lighter. You'll be surprised by how visually light you can make something with just your kneaded eraser. A common issue when drawing a white object is to overdo it with the contrast. So what this means is making the darks too dark. It's not really an issue with the lights, but remember, it's a white object. So I would not expect a white object to go black hole level dark in the shadows. I hope you found this video helpful. Be sure to check out the earlier video on drawing on toned paper.